Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be my girlfriend ran into her ex, then asked for a break. So I've got an email here from a guy. He says he was with his girlfriend for about 3 years. And then now it's August now, but back in April, May of this year, he's noticed that his girlfriend was becoming distant. And then around the same time, he said while they were having some pillow talk, she mentioned that, oh, by the way, she ran into an old friends of benefits of hers. And obviously that caused him to start being a little needy, started pursuing, over pursuing a little bit. And then shortly after, she asked for space. And then he gave her an ultimatum and they broke up. And just recently, he heard from her. She wanted to stop by and see his new place. She came by, but he didn't do anything. And now he's going, what should I do now? So this brings up a good point, because if the woman ends the relationship, and they were all living together, he was living with her, I think her sister, and another girlfriend of her sister and his girlfriend. And so what happened was he moved out, they broke up, so therefore it's her job to fix things. She pushed him away, she let him go. Now if you're a high value, high status man who's successful, has a great social life, lots of friends, lots of families, very active, he's going to constantly be out and about and socializing with other people, and he's just simply going to attract other women to him. And so the idea is that a high value man always has lots of choices. And so if after 3 years, granted he admits he was making mistakes, but after 3 years together and living together, she pushes him away, more than likely went and explored things with this other friends with benefits guy that had come back into her life. And then now she comes back in the picture. Would you be in a rush to want to get back together with somebody like that? I certainly wouldn't want to be, because it looks like she timed out their relationship so she could go explore things with this other guy that she used to hook up with. And then obviously it didn't work out, and now she got back in touch. And the idea is, like what I talk about in 3% Man, is that you're going to treat all women the same. You'll either get her back or you'll get somebody better. So with that said, you're not going to be in a rush to get somebody like that back. So she's got to earn another chance with him, not the other way around. And if he's got new options, why would you want to get back together with a woman that basically blew you off, started hooking up with some other dude, and it didn't work out, and now she's back for another chance? You're not going to be in a rush. She's going to have to earn it. She's going to have to make some serious effort. So despite the fact he didn't do anything when she came over, we'll go through his email and see what he did right, what he did wrong. The idea is, what's the mindset of somebody? Because my job as a coach is to help people get what they want. To put him in the position where he can get another opportunity with this woman to decide whether or not he wants to give her another chance. So it's important, the vibe that you give off. And so I got a quote that I wrote, and we'll go through his email. And the quote says, when a woman has romantic interest in a man, but he doesn't act upon the subtle cues of her interest, his inaction usually will cause her to become bolder and make even more overt displays of her interest. A man who already has enough attention from women and whose romantic dance card is pretty full is going to be in no rush to try and fit anyone else in unless she's really special. This helps to contribute to the woman becoming more aggressive to get his attention, validation, and interest. A man who moves at a slightly slower speed than the women who are interested in him creates the conditions where women are always chasing to get his attention and interest. This is how high-value men with lots of romantic choices naturally are. This attracts women to them like magnets. Acting like a high-value man brings choice with women. And that's where you want to be. And so even if he doesn't have any other options, you want to behave just like a guy who does have choice with women. And so if she blew you off after 3 years to go explore something with another guy, you're probably not even going to really want to get back together with her. But because love is allowing, you will give her the opportunity to try to win you over. Plus, quite frankly, it's good for the ego, especially if he wrote an email, so obviously he cares. He still wants another chance, but I want to put him in the position where he has all the cards and all the power, and therefore, if he starts hanging out, having fun, and hooking up with her again, he has the choice to decide whether to go into a relationship with her at some point or to just hang out and have fun and hook up for a period of time and then just say, yeah, after everything that happened, I don't really want to get serious, but I like you. I like hooking up. I like seeing you, but I don't want to get serious anymore. I want to put him in the position where he has all the cards and all the power because as a man, that's the way it's supposed to be anyways. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hi, Corey. First, I want to thank you for all the knowledge you are providing to people like myself. I've read your book 4 times so far after my girlfriend dumped me after nearly 3 years together. We moved in with each other in August of 2020 along with her sister and her best friend that she grew up with, all women." Those are good odds, actually. He says, "Looking back on it, I feel this was the wrong thing for the ex and I to have done in the timeline of our relationship." Maybe he's young, doesn't have a lot of money, maybe they don't, and they're sharing expenses. These things are going to happen. But it's not an ideal situation. I personally wouldn't be doing that. But it is what it is. He says, in April and May of this year, she started to become a little distant, and it eventually led to a point where she wanted some space for a week. Typically when a woman wants space, it's because she feels smothered. He says this was also briefly after she had confessed during some pillow talk that she was out with her best friend from college and she ran into a previous friends with benefits she had in college. So any guy that doesn't know any better, that hasn't read 3% Man, more than likely is going to get a little insecure about that. And if she's pulling away and now she's talking about another guy, and says things, you don't have to worry about him. It was just a friends with benefits. When a woman tells you not to worry about that guy, yeah, you should worry about it. But if you start acting needy and insecure and controlling, you'll actually drive her right into his arms and continue turning her off. She told me she had felt something between the two of them while catching up that night. After this, she continuously became more and more distant as I started to become more desperate and needy and acting like a woman. Yeah, that's the exact opposite of what you should do, especially when she's asking for space and then you start to pursue more. I mean, the reality is you were living with her. Where's she going to go? If she's not around, more than likely she might be hanging out with this other dude. But if you act needy and unworthy and act like you don't feel like you deserve her, you'll literally push her away. He says, as I pushed her away even more, I gave her an ultimatum of not hanging out with me and my group of friends unless she knew for a fact she wanted to be with me. The next day, she broke it off. I gave her the 7 principles to get an ex back speech and have successfully not reached out to her. She reached out to me last Thursday and let me know that she was close to my new apartment and wanted to come and check it out. So she came over on short notice last Thursday. Well, the formula is simple. Hang out, have fun, hook up. Nothing about getting back together or a relationship because that's something that she'd really have to jump through her butt to earn. But you might give her a mercy fuck. Another ride around the block for old time's sake. He says, I did not seduce her, which was dumb, and probably didn't give off the vibe that I was interested. That's actually okay. Yeah, you should have seduced her. You should have assumed that she wanted to see you. But like I said in the quote, if your dance card is already pretty full with new girls of better quality and you really want to see where it goes with them, and now the ex comes back in the picture, yeah, you got 3 years with her, and it obviously stung what happened, but why should you be in a rush to give her another chance after that? She can get in line. Take a number, babe. You're not going to say that to her, but that should be your mindset. Take a number. I'll get to you when I can. I'll see if I can fit you in. She doesn't go from not hearing from her and probably going and sleeping with this other guy because she ended it. Therefore, she got to fix it. She's got to get you back. She's got to earn another chance with you, not the other way around. So if your dance card's full with new girls because you're a high-value man, you're not going to be in a rush. So it actually can work to your advantage. He said, should I reach out to her now and try to set up a date, or have I waited too long for this to happen? I would absolutely not reach out to her. As I talk about 7 principles to get an ex back, she's got to do 100% of the calling, texting, and pursuing. And if you're skeptical, if you feel like you got burned, especially when another guy came in the picture and she's like, oh, by the way, I kind of have feelings for him. It's like, I don't want to hear that. If you're my girlfriend of 3 years, I don't want to hear you talking about some other dude and you got feelings for him. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have to think about that one. I'll get around to it later, but I wouldn't call her do anything because it's on her to be enticing. It's on her to communicate why you should give her another chance. So the fact that you didn't do anything, yeah, I would have hung out, had fun, and hooked up with her if I was in your shoes in that situation, but what's done is done. And the reality is you haven't heard from her in several months. You're not living together anymore. And she's probably going to be wondering, he didn't try to kiss me. Is he over me? Is he dating somebody else? Did he find somebody better? Did he find a girl that's prettier and younger than me? Does he have a new girlfriend? Because obviously you're not going to share what's going on in your personal life because quite frankly, it ain't none of her damn business anymore. She fucked up. You know what she's like. You know what you got there. You drove that car for 3 years. So I would wait to hear from her. And if you do, invite her over to your place to make dinner together. Just like I talk about in 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back. Hang out, have fun, hook up. If she comes over 3 dates in a row and you hang out and have fun and hook up all 3 times, again, let her do 100% of the calling, texting, pursuing. You don't pursue a woman that ditches you for another guy because you're enabling her behavior. You're communicating that it's okay to do that. Why would you be in a rush? You got a new place. You got new girls in your life. You're not going to be in a rush. Like Rumi said, slow and steady like the river that never grows stale. No hurry, no rush. Hang out, have fun, hook up. So in the meantime, if I was you, I'd be reading 3% Man. I'd be reading Mastering Yourself. And obviously my sweet new book of quotes, ruminations, and contemplations, which is available everywhere. In the meantime, be dating and meeting other women. And may the best girl win. So if you've got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help with, it could be personal or professional, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.